Stop. Asia. Them from reacting to Hip Hop Daily. Casanova hit with attempted murder charge, begging for freedom. Before I get into that video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you be notified when we post another video. Comment down below some other things, reactions, challenges, all that you would like to see. Different to the content, and try to come through. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Casanova is a rapper from Brooklyn who's been fighting for his freedom over the past year. He got arrested in a major gang indictment and labeled as one of the leaders of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang, a New York blood gang. Now it looks like he's in even more trouble after being hit with additional attempted murder charges. Let's take a closer look at what happened. On November 8th, news broke that Casanova was being charged with attempted murder after a shooting that allegedly took place outside of Miami Gentlemen's Club. According to the indictment, the incident happened outside the King of Diamonds on October 24th, 2020. Casanova and his co-defendant, Jared J.C. Chrysler, were chilling outside the club. A rival gang member saw Cass throw up a gang sign and pressed him about it. He supposedly told the rapper, "Yo, homie, wrong sign." Cass responded by telling the man, "You want to die tonight?" After they exchanged words, there was a shooting, and the man who confronted Cass was shot, along with another person. According to prosecutors, the shooters were Casanova and J.C. Both victims were rushed to the hospital and luckily survived. The police said they learned of the rapper's involvement in the crime after reading text messages from J.C.'s phone bragging about the shooting. The texts from J.C.'s phone were obtained by allhiphop.com.
Bruh, oh my god. You would think people would have more sense to not. You basically snitched on yourself. You would think you would have enough sense not to leave a paper trail of the crimes they commit. If you want to be a criminal, you gotta move smart. You know what I'm saying? Or participate in criminal activity. You gotta move smart. You gotta be calculated. Because if you sloppy, you definitely will get caught up.
Who wrote the story? In the messages, JC says, "Killed a last night, shaking my head," followed by some crip. We outside the strip club, and Cass was taking pics with and the crip gonna grab Cass' hand talking about, "Yo, homie, wrong sign." Cass asked him, "You wanna die tonight?" He reached on his hip, and I just booked him. Everyone got missing. O'Neek skirted off, and I let another one go, hit Jit in the stomach. Hashtag good aim.
Why in the fuck? What possessed you to text somebody that you couldn't tell them that in person? I'm sorry, but if I'm a criminal and I do something, if I can't tell you in person, I'm not telling you over the phone. That's leaving a paper trail. Regardless if you delete the messages, they can get that. Hey, what?
Went on to say, "It's on the news. Two of them. I only shot twice, meaning I don't miss. And
He bragging.
Greatest shot in the world. You trying to challenge me? LOL." Both Casanova and JC have been charged with attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon and aided racketeering. Casanova pled not guilty to the charges, but his lawyer, James Casoros, said that the additional charges were expected. He told Double XL, "This was suspected. We have been investigating the incident charged for months, and Mr. Senior fully intends to contest these charges at the trial. He is confident of his exoneration. He surrendered voluntarily when he learned of the indictment last year. He did not run or hide."
I thought he was longer than he been locked up
On
longer.
top of the attempted murder charge, Cass is also facing charges of conspiracy to commit racketeering, conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, and possession of a firearm and furtherance of a drug trafficking crime.
Now, this is alleged because they don't know how true this is. We don't even know if it's true, but I'm understand when people are blessed enough to make it out the gutter, like make it out the streets, make it out the hood, why do they continue to indulge in criminal activity? Well, if you can't get caught, you're not ain't nobody untouchable. Like, so I don't understand. You're making so much legal money, why even change that? I feel like it wouldn't be worth it. But I don't know, this all is alleged, so we don't know how true this stuff is.
Crime. Casanova was a rapper from Flatbush, Brooklyn. His parents were Panamanian and Haitian. The rapper grew up with a huge extended family that includes 10 siblings on his mom's side and 14 on his dad's side. Growing up, Casanova got sucked into the street life and joined a local blood gang as a teenager. In 2006, he got arrested for robbery and spent 8 years in prison. He got out in 2014 after working in construction for a little. He decided to give music a try and became a rapper. He dropped his first official single, "Don't Run," in 2016, which gained some buzz in New York City. Later that year, he dropped a video for the song, which caught the attention of Memphis Bleak, and he signed Casanova to his warehouse music group Imprint, which is under Rock Nation. He ended up dropping an EP called Commissary in 2018, which featured G-Eazy, Rich the Kid, Mozzie, and A Boogie with the Hoodie. He then dropped his debut album, Behind the Scars, in 2019, which had appearances Chris Brown, Young Thug, and Fabulous. Even though Casanova was never a major star, he was well respected in Brooklyn and seemed dedicated to changing his life for the better. But just as he was starting to enjoy his career, the rapper got arrested on a RICO charge meant to take down his entire gang. In December 2020, the Southern District of New York filed charges against Casanova and 17 other alleged members of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation. Casanova is accused of being the leader of the gang and is charged in connection with various racketeering, murder, narcotics, firearms, and fraud offenses. Casanova turned himself in after a warrant was put out for his arrest. Prosecutors are accusing him of using his status as a famous rapper to call shots and make moves for the gang. Some of the evidence includes photos from his Instagram and iCloud showing multiple handguns as well as a rifle on the couch. They also noted that at the time of his arrest, he was promoting a song called Gripped Up by posting a photo of an assault rifle with a song playing in the background. Casanova is Maryland, so he ain't allowed to have weapons, but none of the photos actually show him holding any guns. They also pointed to pics on Instagram that show Cass surrounded by large amounts of weed, including his iPod messages where he encouraged members of the gang to sell it for him. The feds also installed a listening device in a cell at Auburn Correctional Facility to eavesdrop on another untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation leader named Dwight Reed, aka Dick Wolf. During the visit, a co-defendant named Walter Lester, aka Shells, told Reed a story about how Cass accidentally fired a gun off by the poker gang and said the rapper always carried guns in the streets. One of the prosecutors on the case said, while it's incredibly disturbing that the defendant uses now deleted Instagram profile and platform to shamelessly promote a violent street gang, his participation in the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation enterprise ran much deeper than that. Right up until his arrest, the defendant was in the thick of Gorilla Stone's dangerous and illicit activity. So, it seems like they're trying to paint Casanova as a violent gang leader, even though most of the evidence seems circumstantial. Until now, Cass ain't been accused of committing any violent acts, only possessing guns, and using his influence to promote gang activity. In September, another accused leader of the untouchable Gorilla.
And then again, if that's true, yeah, then about him, then, well, that he a felon, well, obviously that was true, and then he carrying guns and all. That part, I was feeling, hey, then you gotta protect yourself. The breakfast is getting blown every day. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect your life, and then you never know, like the enemy out on the streets and all that, so you gotta protect yourself. But and he should have never taken the pictures of it, you know, or never posted no guns and nothing like that. That's what he went wrong there.
Stone Nation, Brandon Untouchable.Needs
But then again, I don't know if he on parole or
Needs
not.
is being charged with racketeering conspiracy, narcotics conspiracy, possession of firearms, and furtherance of narcotics conspiracy, and aiding and abetting. He got caught in a wiretap with 2 untouchable Gorilla Stone members who were caught in a stab by the members of the gang who violated the code while they were locked up. He also got caught in a separate wiretap talking about selling drugs and other gang activity. At the time of his arrest, Needs was already out on probation for ordering the prison stabbing of another member of the gang. So, he got the plea deal to avoid spending the rest of his life behind bars. But he's still facing a minimum of 15 years. None of the more serious crimes that Neves was convicted of involve Casanova, but it still ain't a good look for a high-ranking member of the gang to admit guilt, especially in a RICO case. In January, Cass raised over $2.5 million to post bail, which included over $1.2 million in property and the salaries of 13 co-signers, which totaled another $1.2 million. But the prosecutors argue that he's too dangerous to be released. And now, with these new charges being added, it sounds like Casanova's chances of early release have been crushed. Since he's been sitting down, the rapper let fans know he's been having a hard time behind bars. Back in March, he went off on the people in his life who were holding him down while he's been locked up. He tweeted, "If you ain't send me no money or check in on me, and you supposedly my mans, suck my d." And that goes for anybody. Now, Cass has resorted to asking his fans for help, getting him through this rough time. He recently wrote on Instagram under a jail photo of himself, "This is a public service announcement to all my fans and very important friends. I've been incarcerated for almost 1 year now, exhausted all remedies, and spent a significant amount of money on legal fees to prove my innocence. The charges against me are false, they don't represent or reflect the person that I am. They're simply using my past criminal history to crucify me in court." He continued on saying, "I'm the same individual that went to City Hall and housing projects with Eric Adams for NYC to speak to children and explain to them how shootings and gun violence isn't the way of life. I visited shelters to feed the people in need all around the world, including Africa, donated to back-to-school drives, and not one of my good deeds are mentioned or acknowledged. I'm calling on all the great people with meaningful and powerful voices to help me with this matter. Any help provided will be a blessing, because I feel defeated. One's past shouldn't be the reason why you can't be afforded a successful future." So, it sounds like Casanova's really going through it. What's crazy is that it don't seem like the prosecutors have too much solid evidence to prove that he's still a violent gang leader. All they got is old pics, text messages, and combos that suggest he might have been in situations he shouldn't have been in. But nothing that paints him as El Chapo. Maybe more evidence will be released as the case progresses. But right now, it looks like the feds are doing whatever they can to take down a popular gang-affiliated rapper. Hopefully,
Probably
Casanova
is.
gets the
That's
support
probably
he
is.
needs to prove his
He probably
innocence
trying to make
and
him.
make it out in time to continue his rap career. But at this moment, the situation ain't looking too great. Stay posted for updates.
He probably trying to make an example out of him. Yeah, that was Hip Hop Daily. Casanova hit with attempted murder charge. Begging for freedom. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified when we post. Comment down below some other things you would like to see. Yeah, see y'all next video.